The next celebration on JP Dokkan might be exactly what the Universal Survival Saga category needed. How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are going to be doing something that we don't usually do, and that is speculating the next JP Dokkan Fest as we await the start of the next Dokkan Fest on Global and close out the Golden Week celebration. The next JP Dokkan Fest will be the Dokkan Festival right before the Tanabata celebration, which usually brings a new joined forces unit, and I kind of have some theories on what that could be, but I'll save that for another video. For now, let's talk June Dokkan Fest. So let's kick things off by looking at previous Dokkan Fests, see if there's anything there that leads us to believe what the next fest could be. So last year's June Dokkan Fest was the resurrection of F Blues, leading into the Golden Frieza for part 2. Now, it wasn't connected to Tanabata at all last year, but there wasn't much else going on. I think this was just the introduction of an entirely new meta in Dokkan, so nothing really to connect it anywhere else. It was more, I feel, just continuing the push out of the 200% leads, which is why like these guys and like the Ginyu before them and the Raditz seem to be on the lower end of the spectrum now than some of the other more recent TUR Dokkan Fest. Now, looking at the year before, the June Dokkan Fest was the AGL Kid Gohan leading into the, the LR Goku and Piccolo. Still within the 6-year meta, and again, no connection to the Tanabata that year, which was the Goku and Vegeta fusing into Gojitas, unless you count like some form of like Heavenly Events fusion, something. I don't know. I don't really think there's a connection there. But there wasn't anything too special going on. Once again, it was just another continuation in the meta. But the connection between the 2 years is that neither one of these, I mean, unless you're a very specific fan, are very hype releases. While this moment from Resurrection of F is kind of cool, the part 2 was a little more hype than the actual Dokkan Fest, unless you're a big fan of the Resurrection of F movie, right? Same goes for the last one. The filler saga, Garlic Jr. Saga Gohan, not really that hype of a moment, even if it is from a bigger movie type deal. So I think we're going to see something along the same lines this year. It's going to be something from a hype moment in Dragon Ball Super, but not necessarily a big hype unit. And there's one specific category that really needs the help, and that's the Universe Survival Saga, Reps of Universe 7, Reps of Universe 6, and Universe 11. Now, I think we did just recently get a new Universe 6 character, so I think that's kind of out of the question with the AGL Kale. So I think the likely candidates are actually Universe 11, right? If we take a look at the category here, there's basically no one. Granted, from the show, there isn't anything, but the only Dokkan Fests we have from it are Jiren and then an LR Jiren, who have both aged out tremendously. So there's really not much we can do. And Jiren is a big deal in of his own, and I doubt he would release at this point by himself as a singular Dokkan Fest. I mean, even this released alongside the NTUI. So I'm imagining if we ever get another Jiren, he'll be released alongside a UI Goku once again as a Dokkan Fest LR, meaning that there isn't many options other than the Pride Troopers for other possibilities. Now, we already have a free-to-play cash roll, and I don't think him or any of the other Pride Troopers really did a whole lot to justify a Dokkan Fest. Now, what I could see, though, is them actually finally doing the Dispo as a Dokkan Fest. I think he is worthy of Dokkan Fest. He has enough of he's got enough animations, and he put up a pretty good fight against Goku and Hit, who have an LR now. I think that's possible that we could see them, this guy, receive a Dokkan Fest. I think it's very likely, in fact. And if not him, then possibly the God of Destruction mode, Topo. This guy was a pretty good card upon release. His EZA was even better when it released, and he's kind of aged out since then. He's still got some uses, right, as some random support for Universal Survival Saga, but I think he could definitely use a new God of Destruction Topo, where he's like a transforming God of Destruction Topo. I think the next celebration is likely to be centered around the Universe 11, especially given that we've already received the EZA for this cash roll, who has no home, right? He's got no person to support. We've got this Margarita who wants to be on Universe 11, but we don't have any decent Universe 11 characters. So I could see the entirety of the part 1 of the June Dokkan Fest being centered around Universe 11, where we'll get the Dokkan Fest and then possibly an EZA for the STR Jiren. I know some people were like, oh, we could get LR Jiren's EZA. I still think it's a bit too soon for that. So likely to see the EZA for him. And then we could, well, actually, yeah, we could see a sub EZA for the int Topo here as well. But I don't think that's all that this celebration is going to bring us. I think this celebration and leading into Tanabata are going to bring us also some buffs for reps of Universe 7. And I say that because of this guy. This guy EZAs in the 8th anniversary and back in February, and will EZA in July for us here on Global. But you know, just as he was pre-EZA, he needs Universe Survival Saga characters on the team. So new Universal Survival Saga, even if it is Universe 11, would still be helpful for this guy. Though I do kind of believe the help he's going to get is going to be more specifically around reps of Universe 7, which leads me to the Part 2 LR of the June Dokkan Fest. June Dokkan Fest always gets a Part 2. The year before, last year it was the Golden Frieza. The year before it was the Goku and Piccolo. I think the possibility for a Part 2 LR is actually one that hasn't really been touched upon yet, outside of a free-to-play, 2 separate free-to-play units who haven't even awakened yet, by the way, and that is a Android 17 and 18. I think that these guys could be a likely candidate for an LR. I mean, they could even be the Dokkan Fest, to be completely honest. I can see them going either way for a card like this. Shout out to whoever made this on the fake Dokkan battle wiki card design here. I think this is a very likely candidate for a TUR, even possibly an LR. I would like to see this as the Part 2 LR, just because, I mean, I feel like their unison attack is probably worthy of an LR, yellow coin LR, maybe not a Dokkan Fest LR, right? So I could definitely see them going that route for the Part 2 LR of the June Dokkan Fest, which would help this guy out a lot, because again, he wants to be on Universal Survival Saga, but also reps of Universe 7 is probably going to be the better option for him, because then obviously you can use his Spirit Bomb, right? He needs at least 3 reps of Universe 7, and you can kind of get away with AGL UI Goku or STR UI Goku because of their dodge, except in events where dodge is excluded, right? So a new reps of Universe 7 character would help them, and I think these guys are a likely candidate as they haven't been represented really yet, which means we could also see the EZA for their 2 free-to-play cards, as well as the we have 2 summonable versions of them as well, actually, and they're both tech, actually, now that I think about it. So we could also see the sub EZA for those guys as well, to help this guy out. But who knows? And one of the main reasons I believe that this is the case, leading into a Tanabata celebration centered around Universal Survival Saga, is because of Legends right here. Legends is currently going through their 5th anniversary, which is centered around Universal Survival Saga, with their own version of Goku, Frieza, and Jiren. So I would imagine, given that they're going through this right now, there is a very good likelihood that the next 2 celebrations, June and Tanabata, are going to be centered around Universal Survival Saga and reps of Universe 7, to include what I would like to think some deal around Goku and Frieza for Tanabata. But that's just a theory for another day, and I'll talk about that in another video. So anyways, guys, that is my video. That is my theory on what's coming up next for JP Dokkan. This is not something we usually cover, but I thought it would be interesting. So if you guys like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let me know, who do you think is the next JP Dokkan Fest? Do you think it will be Universal Survival Saga, or do you have some other ideas? Let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.